Our motto is remember, honor, teach, and I think in the last few years that for those of us on the convoy, we could add remember, honor, teach, and learn. We've learned a lot of lessons. I actually have watched this week as one hand is held another and one person is hugged another, and the mission has been passed off that way. And then as we were at Annapolis, and the Commandant said yesterday, to try to influence, you can't influence everybody at once, but if you can influence the person in the circle of your friends, and they can pass it around. And that's how we've spread the mission of Remember, Honor, Teach, and how we've tried to make it a personal thing, that these are not gravestones, these are lives. These represent lives that were lost and laid down so that we could be free. Well, Wayne was saying how people have stepped up, and one of the things that he and his wife do, we get a lot of people that will call our office and say, I can't be there and my husband is buried here, or my son is buried there and I can't be there. And the Hansons go out and do many of hundreds of those special wreath layings, and they've got so many ahead this year that we just were going to have to stop doing it. But then we put on Facebook that we had a bunch of requests that we didn't know how we were going to meet. Sorry. Of people calling in and saying, I haven't been there in years, but my loved one is buried in this section. And we just put it on Facebook. So simple that there was a need. And within an hour, there were over 700 people. And a family would go on and say, my loved one is there, and instantly somebody else would say, tell me what section. Tell me about him. I'll go and put the wreath there, and I'll take a picture, and I'll reach back to you. And I'll tell you, that is the way this becomes personal. That you're going on a mission, and you're going to make a memory. And those people are going to make lifelong friends, and they're going to learn a big lesson about it being a family member, a loved one. And you put yourself in that place, that if you were away and you couldn't get here to place that wreath for your loved one, and then somebody stepped up, and you made a connection, and you made a connection. And that's what we can do. We can't change the world all at once, but if we reach out together and remember these lives, and we reach out to our children, and we tell them, this is the price of freedom, and you teach them one at a time, then we'll do it. Eventually, we'll cover every stone, and we'll cover every story and every life, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you for helping us to remember, honor, and teach.